This Advent season, I wanted to create something special for my church. A manger to display outside in the memorial garden right in front of the cross that I built last year. But there was a catch. I had only 1 hour and one old pallet and no room for mistakes. Could I make it work? Let's dig in and find out. The first challenge was time. With just 1 hour to complete the build, every moment mattered. I had already imagined a design in my mind that would be simple, would use minimal tools and minimal cuts. I quickly set to work pulling apart the old pallet for usable wood. This wasn't easy. These boards were nailed in tight and some of the slats cracked during removal, but that's how it is with life. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. Besides, it's going to give a very rustic look to this manger that I think will look really nice. The second challenge came with materials. I didn't have the right size screws with me. So how could I hold everything together? I didn't have time to run to the store. Well, you know my philosophy is use what you have. And I have plenty of old nails that I've removed from the pallet wood. These will match the rustic look of the manger nicely, much better than screws anyway. So I decided to reuse the original nails from the pallet, hammering them out straight and putting them back to work. It's a bit like redemption, taking what was once discarded and giving it a new purpose. With the legs cut to 36 inches and crossed at a perfect 45-degree angle, the manger started to take shape, but then I hit a major snag. I was one leg short. This pallet only has 3 stringers on it, and there's not enough material in those stringers to make 4 legs. I could have cut them shorter and made it work, but I didn't think about that. So now, what am I gonna do? With time running out, I had to run out to my scrap pile and find another pallet for just the right piece. Thankfully, I found it, a single stringer from an old pallet, enough to finish the job, and it wasn't too hard to get just that one single stringer out. And I was able to get it done in time. Sometimes God provides what we need at just the right moment. This manger is pretty big. It's 40 inches wide, the exact width of the original pallet. That way I didn't need to cut the slats and that saved time. It's a little bit big, but that actually will work pretty well. Being outside in front of a very large cross, this manger will be big enough to be seen from a long distance away. This design also could actually be used as a literal manger for feeding goats or sheep. So if you're on a homestead like I am, this is not just a display, this is something you could actually use for its originally intended purpose, to feed livestock. Could I have designed this manger better? Yes. There's several things that I could have done better. And maybe you have some ideas or suggestions you want to leave for me in the comment. I look forward to reading what you have to say. But as imperfect as this manger is, it felt like everything came together in a way that reminded me of the very first Christmas. Mary and Joseph faced obstacles far greater than a shortage of time or material. No room in the inn, no bed for their baby. Yet, in the humblest of places, God's greatest gift was laid in a manger. This manger is a simple symbol, but it carries a powerful message. God uses the ordinary to accomplish the extraordinary. He didn't choose a palace for his son, but a stable. He didn't use a crib, but a manger. And he doesn't require perfection from us, just a willing heart. Luke 2:7 says, "And she gave birth to her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger because there was no place for them in the inn." This Advent, as we head into Christmas, let's remember that God meets us where we are. Whether it's in a crowded inn, a stable, or our own busy lives, He takes what's broken or unfinished and He makes it whole. This build wasn't perfect, and neither am I. But like the manger that held Jesus, even the simplest things can bring glory to God. Now let's get out there and let's grow and be fruitful.